Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
Over 60 shell casings were found in front of one of these homes where a woman was shot and killed in Knightdale. Just ahead, how police are searching for the shooter this morning.
And with the warm temperatures, we're starting to see some foggy conditions across the area. I'll show you what it'll look like when you head out the door.
Plus, a woman is in custody after leading troopers on a chase that ended in this crash. What we know about the investigation so far. A lot going on in the overnight hours here. It's 4:30 right now on your Thursday morning. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Great to have you with us on this Thursday. It looked a little foggy, hazy as I was driving on, a little bit. Didn't know if it was actual fog or if it was just me, trying to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. That's right. Meteorologist Alyssa Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center to shine the light on what we're seeing this morning.
Yeah, especially on a Thursday. It could go either way. Are you foggy or is it foggy? Quarter-mile visibility in Roxborough, so that would be considered fog. Interestingly, I ran into some fog on my drive in, but the visibility at RDU is just at 9 miles. We're not looking at any widespread low visibility, but I feel like as we get through the morning, we may see more and more of that, especially as we get closer to around 6 or 6:30. So we do have the tower lit in orange this morning for a little bit of patchy fog. Right now, we're taking a look at North Hills, and visibility looks fine here. Temperatures are warm. It's 57 degrees. We have a southwest wind at 7 miles per hour. We take a look at temperatures, and it's a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. 57 Southern Pines, Fayetteville, and Clinton. Looking at 52 in Rocky Mount and South Hill, and 50 in Roxborough. So that's a warm start out there. Our temperatures are going to be a little warmer than yesterday. We hit 79 yesterday. We'll climb to 83, but that's it. We have a cold front that comes through this evening. That's going to drop our temperatures starting tomorrow and bring us a little bit of rain. I'll show you how much you could see coming up.
We have breaking news we're following. More than 8 hours later, now police are still at a home in Knightdale where a woman was shot and killed. You can see there are about 60 evidence markers at that scene. What looks to be a child's bike nearby as well. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is there in Wide Waters neighborhood. And Kelsey, what have you learned in the overnight hours here?
Well, Jeff, this is still a very active scene. Police were adding more crime scene tape to the area when we pulled up about 10 minutes ago. But over 60 shell casings were found in front of one of these homes here where a 40-year-old woman was shot and killed. Let's get you straight to video now from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Police received a call about this just before 8 o'clock last night. This happened in a neighborhood on Twaintown Drive. Officers found the woman shot on her front porch. WRAL spoke with the woman's husband on the scene. He says she leaves 3 children behind. We're waiting for police to release her name this morning. They are still searching for the shooter, but the police chief says that there is no threat to the public. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Knightdale.
More breaking news. Around 1 this morning, a woman led state troopers on a chase that ended in a crash in Raleigh on South Saunders Street. Brett Nace was there in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. He joins us live now from Highway Patrol headquarters with what troopers are telling us about this chase. Brett.
Yeah, Renee, a wild one from overnight, and we just got brand new information within the last 5 minutes about this case. I want to get you to the video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker to show you where this all ended first. This is South Saunders Street at a gas station there near Iliagnis Road, and you can see there is plenty of damage to this car. There's actually still stickers from where this car was purchased from. You can see the purchase price there on the windshield. But troopers tell us this was not a stolen vehicle. They say they originally tried to pull this woman over because the vehicle registration was not up to date. That's when the woman led police on this chase. It all ended there at that gas station. She crashed into one of the gas pumps, and they actually called the fire department out in order to shut off the gas there and to avoid any sort of more damage, and something that could have happened could have made this a lot worse. So she is in custody at this point. That is the good news after all of this. Nobody is injured, but just a wild chase from overnight. We're learning still a lot new information over the last few minutes. So as soon as we get more of that information, we'll pass that along in our next half hour. Live in Raleigh, Brett Nace, WRAL News.
The 5 candidates chasing former President Donald Trump for the Republican presidential nomination are trying to separate themselves from the pack. They were on stage in Miami last night for the 3rd GOP primary debate. Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Tim Scott were part of that debate hosted by NBC News. The debate came one day after elections across the U.S. that saw key victories for Democrats in Virginia and Kentucky, as well as for abortion rights in Ohio.
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers.
Let's focus on how to save as many babies as we can and support as many moms as we can and stop the judgment.
The next Republican debate will be December 6th. Candidates will all face higher polling and donor thresholds to make the stage for that one.
While the debate was happening, former President Donald Trump spoke at a rally just outside Miami. In his speech, Trump told his supporters this is a critical election for the Republican Party.
This race is not just about beating Crooked Joe. It's about defeating the entire rotten, corrupt, and tyrannical establishment right now that you have in Washington, D.C. This election will decide whether...
Trump said if he is voted back into the White House, he would end open border policies and begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
Local fire crews are headed west to help battle 3 wildfires in 3 North Carolina counties. This comes as the entire state is now under a state of emergency due to the drought and those wildfires. Firefighters from Rocky Mount deployed today, and a crew from Hillsborough are on the ground now. 30 counties are under a burn ban, and if this drought continues, it could expand to include our area. Officials with the NC Forest Service say careless debris burning is the leading cause of wildfires in our state.
When things are this dry right now, it doesn't take much for the smallest ignition source to spread into a large-scale, intense wildfire.
Some progress has been made to contain the fires, but there are still some distance to go here. Fire crews are keeping their eyes on the skies for rainfall now.
The FDA is giving its approval to another weight loss drug. This one is produced right here in the Triangle. The agency approved diabetes drug Mounjaro for weight loss. It is made by Eli Lilly in Durham. The drug will be rebranded as Zepbound. Doctors have already been using it off-label to help obese people lose weight.
They treat the cause of people's weight gain, and the cause of their weight gain is actually glucose dysregulation, and that's why diabetic meds work so well.
Zepbound is expected to be available in the U.S. by the end of the year. Getting it could be difficult, though. Pharmacies continue to face back orders for other weight loss meds, including the diabetes drug Ozempic.
Data released by the state shows respiratory viruses like COVID, the flu, and RSV are spreading faster than previous weeks. COVID wastewater particles are up 48% compared to last week. RSV cases are up 32%, and flu cases up 42%. Emergency department visits involving patients with flu-like illnesses, though, are down compared to last year. A red line on this chart represents ER visits over the past year. Compare that to the blue line, which shows ER visits the year before. The number right now is much lower than what we saw this time last year.
UNC leaders are working on ways to keep students safe as they learn. The discussion comes after a professor was shot and killed on campus 2 months ago. One trustee, David Bullock, believes students and staff should be required to do active shooter response training. This is one topic that may come up at today's Board of Trustees meeting. It's not on the agenda, but Bullock says he expects it will come up after the full debrief of the 2 lockdowns is complete.
Happening today, the Salvation Army is partnering with hotel management company Concord Hospitality to give out meals to hundreds of families in need. Concord employees will help give out food to 400 families in Raleigh today. It's a partnership with the charities Feed the Children. Each family will get a 25-pound box of food, a 15-pound box of hygiene essentials, and other necessities. The regional VP for Concord Hospitality says the need for events like these around this time of year is growing.
We have 145 hotels across North America, and there isn't a community out there that doesn't, beg for us to basically be partnered with them.
She says that she wishes the company could do more events like these. This is the 15th year Concord Hospitalities has partnered with the Salvation Army for this drive. Coming up on 440 right now, and a very unique promotion at a Wake Forest orthodontist has raised a few questions. It's called Grins and Glocks. And with it, certain customers will get a free gun when they choose to get Invisalign treatment.
Plus, a Durham teacher was honored by President Biden and chosen for an NBC trivia show. WRAL spoke with her about the exciting year she is having.
And you're taking a live look right now, North Hills this morning. We may reach record high temperatures today. Elizabeth Gardner will tell us when we'll see rain chances to cool us off tomorrow.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:43 on a very mild morning. It's 52 in Wilson, 57 in Durham and in Fayetteville. Our skies are mostly clear. As a matter of fact, we've got a beautiful little moon, a little crescent moon out there this morning that you might see. It's starting to set right now. But looking at the potential for a little patchy fog out there in some spots. And of course, today will be nice and warm. Maybe a light jacket this morning, but other than that, it's just going to be a very warm day. We climb up to 83 degrees, looking at partly cloudy skies again with a little bit of patchy fog. Feeling good for exercise this morning with temperatures in the mid-50s. We do climb to 83 this afternoon, which might feel a little hot, a little bit more humid than yesterday as we're tracking a front that'll come through tonight. That's going to bring us a chance of showers tomorrow and cooler temperatures. I'll show you the changes coming up.
Elizabeth, thanks. A Wake Forest orthodontist is running a promotion with a gun range that is raising questions. Here it is. It offers a free Glock or gun club membership with Invisalign treatment. The owner of Gladwell Orthodontics tells WRAL the promotion was only meant for people who are on the Youngsville Gun Club's email list. Dr. Jason Gladwell says the promotion is only eligible for people who are legally able to purchase a firearm. The Youngsville Gun Club's owner says they do a background check on site. We spoke with an attorney who says the liability appears to be with the Youngsville Gun Club. They just need to follow the rules required by the ATF.
Guns are like other property. You can buy and sell and dispose of them. But the distinction is guns are potentially inherently dangerous. And so there is regulation surrounding the transfer of firearms.
Gladwell says the promotion is non-transferable. The person who gets started with the treatment has to actually be the eligible person for the gun or membership. A protest planned for today in downtown Raleigh will call for an end to American aid to Israel. A flyer promoting the rally calls for a ceasefire in the war in the Middle East and an end to what it calls U.S.-backed genocide. The protest is expected to happen in Moore Square at 11:30 this morning.
Families with children in Wake County schools are expressing their frustration that they may have to switch schools next year. A dozen parents spoke out yesterday against a proposed plan to redraw some school zones. Some say families in established neighborhoods should not have to make room at schools for families in new neighborhoods. The reassignment could affect as many as 5,000 families. The school board is expected to vote on the plan November 21st.
A Durham teacher is having quite the year. First, honored by President Biden for her leadership in the community, and now she'll be featured on the NBC show The Wall. Turquoise Parker is a teacher at Lakewood Elementary, and she started the Bowl City Food-Raiser after seeing so many families struggling to put food on the table, especially when the school year is out. Since 2015, she's raised more than $100,000 to feed more than 5,000 families. Look at all that inventory. The program's success caught the attention of the White House, and Parker received the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award and medallion.
That's the immediate feeling is I'm just grateful for all of the people and places and things and organizations that really poured into me and how I just can't do this. I don't do this by myself.
So humble. That gentleman you saw with her is her husband, Donald Parker. And get this, because of their work, the couple will be featured on the NBC show The Wall tomorrow night. They say it's a secret they've held on to for months that they're happy to share now. The show spotlights people doing big work in their communities, and they get a chance to win some big money. Listen to how Donald describes the pressure.
Being on the spot and answering the questions, it felt like being a drum major with no band director in front of 100,000 people, and you don't know the show.
Keeps you on your toes. The show The Wall airs at 8 o'clock Friday night right here on WRAL, so you can see the Sturm couple being featured in that.
Yeah, and how it goes is, they say it's a secret, but it's no secret what she is doing and the good she's doing. The food initiative, as a teacher in schools, you see it every day and you never know quite what's behind some of the faces of some of those kids. So what a great initiative.
Yeah, love that her work is being validated on a national level. Pretty amazing. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner joining us now with a look at what's happening outside and how it's going to get warm today.
Yeah, looking at 83, so we could easily be up near, if not tying records this afternoon. We take a live look at what's happening. Don't be surprised if the conditions begin to deteriorate just a little bit this morning. There could be some fog and low cloud cover that begins to develop. When I drove in, you could kind of see it in the street lights and down in some of the low spots. So a little bit of patchy fog possible. 57 is our temperature, our dew point 53. So as that temperature falls closer to the dew point of 53, we'll have a better chance of seeing some of that fog and low cloud cover developing. Temperatures cool in the 50s, and then we climb into the 70s by lunchtime and into the 80s for highs this afternoon. Right now it's 57 in Fayetteville, Clinton, and Southern Pines, 52 in Rocky Mount and South Hill, and 50 degrees in Roxborough. We take a look at our highs around town today: 83 in Raleigh, 82 in Durham, and 85 in Fayetteville. So a very warm one, but this is the last day that the temperatures will be this warm. We're going to see a big drop coming up for the next several days. So 83, the high today, that's the previous record set back in 2005. And same thing for Fayetteville, a high of 85. The previous record was 85, set back in 1915. So yeah, another potential record day for us. This front's going to change all that. We're looking at a southwesterly flow right now, but this front will come through this afternoon, this evening. It's going to bring some cloud cover with it. It's not going to be quite as bright as we've seen the last several days. And then we'll see just a wave of precipitation that comes through during the day on Friday. Very, very little rain for us. We're definitely looking at a drought situation in parts of our viewing area. This is not going to erase any of this. But taking a look at Futurecast, it looks like we might end up seeing a little bit of clearing during the day on Saturday, but some of this moisture down south could lift up across the area on Sunday. Let's talk about the temperatures and how things will be much different for us tomorrow. We take a look at 6 a.m. Going to start off with some warm temperatures in the 60s tomorrow morning, but then from there, just going to kind of hold it in the low 60s. There's lunchtime and 60s through the afternoon. A little bit of patchy light rain early afternoon, and then temperatures will be in the 50s most likely overnight. Then we're looking at some cooler temperatures and potentially beginning to dry out a little bit on Saturday in terms of seeing a little bit of sunshine, but we could have a better chance for some showers on Sunday. Football Friday, there's only a tiny chance that we would see any rain during the football games. Of course, temperatures will be cooler. We go from 83 today to 63 Friday to 60 Saturday to 53 on Sunday, so a big drop in those temperatures. Of course, Saturday is Veterans Day, definitely looking on the drier side. We went ahead and added some showers to Sunday because it's starting to look a little wetter. Coming up, we'll walk through Sunday's chances.
We do need that rain, Elizabeth. Thanks. A local restaurant could receive a special honor on the Kelly Clarkson Show. Coming up, how you can help them win.
Also today is National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day. I'm so glad they have this day. We will tell you about the deals you need to know about if you want to grab one for lunch or dinner. A Raleigh restaurant is up for a special honor, and you can vote to get them the win. A Place at the Table is nominated for the Good Neighbor of the Year award on the Kelly Clarkson Show. They were featured on the show Tuesday, and you may remember the restaurant's owner, Maggie Kane, appeared on the show earlier this year. Voting started on the Kelly Clarkson Show Instagram story, and voting will be open until tomorrow. Get your vote in.
Today in entertainment news, some old favorites are making a return to the big screen. We have previews of 2 new movies based on familiar projects. David Daniel has details in the Hollywood Minute.
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill.
The first trailer is out for the next Ghostbusters movie, and we now have a title, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. The Spengler family returns to the old firehouse in New York and teams up with the original Ghostbusters to save the world from another ice age. Prepare to chill with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire when it opens in theaters March 29th. Helen Mirren has a new date for her latest honor. The American Cinematheque Awards, postponed from early November due to the SAG-AFTRA strike, are now set for February 15th. Mirren is to receive the 37th American Cinematheque Award for her contributions to the art of the moving picture.
What was that?
Oh Lord, it's the Queen Bee.
Regina George.
Don't look her in the eye!
You could be really hot if you change, Everything.
The official trailer for the new Mean Girls movie has people talking about the lack of singing. It's a musical based on the Broadway show, but the only music in the trailer is Olivia Rodrigo's Get Him Back. No songs from the show itself. Mean Girls, the musical, really, we promise it's a musical, hits theaters January 12th. Making fetch happen in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Today is National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day, and plenty of restaurants are cooking up deals to mark the occasion. Members of Burger King's Rewards program can get a free Royal Crispy Chicken Sandwich for $5 when ordering on the app. KFC is offering free delivery for orders on its app. Plus, you can get a free chicken sandwich when you spend $15 or more when ordering through DoorDash or Uber Eats. And at Popeyes, if you buy one chicken sandwich, you'll get another for free. So, Jeff, head over to Popeyes and I'll get your free chicken sandwich.
You'll take the extra one.
That's
All
right.
Deal. Gotcha. It's 4:56 right now. Busy morning. We're following breaking news out of Knightdale. A woman is dead after being shot in a neighborhood. Coming up at 5, WRAL's Kelsey Coffey will tell us what she has learned from the husband of the person killed.
The third Republican presidential debate is in the books, and the 5 candidates did not hold back. We have the takeaways for you, what they had to say about the war in Israel.
We'll also tell you about an event happening today in Raleigh that will help feed hundreds of local families. Stay with us.